we're going to just go briefly into our entries and we're going to go cut straight to the tour. So if I have Ryan here, okay, and let's say I've got him within close to the wall. So this is our entry point. This is where we want, when he's within that meter of the wall, that's where we want to charge to get connection. If he's out from it, if he's literally on the meter, it's a bit dicey. There's a bit too much. If I'm here driving, there's steps he can take. He can literally start to turn me on the way in here, and it can get more dicey. There's space for him to turn. So we want to be greedy and really get him into the kill box for really limiting his motion. Because now even if I drive in and he starts to turn me like he was doing, it's hard for him because he's against the wall and I can track him a lot easier. Okay? And I won't get twisted and turned or, heaven forbid, hip tossed or foot swept or something like that. So we're going to look to our proactive and our reactive, but the constants we want to try and remain when we're doing this is we want our head to hit here, so right underneath his chin, okay? We want our head to hit here, and we want to keep our hands inside his elbows, or more specifically, our wrists inside his elbow lines. So if Ryan is here like this, okay, his elbow line is from the line from the floor up through his elbow to here. And Ryan's a good little striker, he's kept his elbows nice and tight, so I've got to be disciplined. I can't bring myself out here because what happens is if I bring myself out here and we do get the wall, he now has inside position. So now he gets his head in and now he's the one that's going to turn. And I might have done a lot of work to try and get him to this position here. But if I've given up inside position, he's going to get turned really easily. Someone come in there. That's right. Okay, so you can strike in, so you can take the initiative, like a simple like occupying his hands and driving in, okay? And we can work from here, all right? And whatever way you're looking, swim your underhook in the other side. So going back to his elbow line, if he's keeping his elbow in tight, you just get your elbow inside his elbow line and bring it up. And now we're going to find ourselves in the couture position. It's kind of like, you know, when you're doing the swish. Do you know when you shoot the double and we always go to the single that's underneath us? It's the same kind of principle for the underhook, okay? So you've got your proactive, or like my favorite is just to fucking like torment him, okay, to make him strike so that we can counter strike in. So I'll just torment Ryan and stuff like that, and as he starts to strike, then I'm going to come in. So here you can see my head's heading towards, my wrists are inside his elbow lines, okay, if I can take a freeze frame for a second, and I'm driving in. And even if he's clever and he got the underhook on me, that's fine, okay, my head was here, I rotated up. It's still going to be, I'll try initially to get this side in here, okay? My inside far side control, we'll cover our clinch principles in a minute. And where he mightn't see it coming is, I'll reach across, bring my elbow inside his elbow line and swim in like that. What I don't want to be trying to do is, I don't want to break connection too much, okay? I don't want to break connection too much. So you might find it easier to bring your hands in between your face. See how my head can stay connected only for a brief second, and I can drive back in, sorry, right? I can drive back in again and circle. That won't be our only way of getting to the couture position, but they are good ways to do it. And we're based off kind of nice, broad, fundamental things as opposed to two specifics. You'll find that the center line, your head going there, okay, and his two elbow lines, keeping your limbs inside them, your wrists and elbows specifically, depending if you're striking or you're grappling or you're going pummeling and stuff like that, they're the things you're watching out for. So if you can kind of like strip Ryan away as a person, okay, sorry Ryan, I've dehumanized you, strip Ryan away as a person and turn him into like a weird stick man, okay, and the only things that you see are a target, a center line, and two elbow lines, okay. And if you wanted something really strange, if you're a visually kind of like 3D imaging kind of person, have this line as red and these lines as blue, okay? Think of your head as red and think of your arms as blue. So your red goes to red and your blues stay inside blues, okay? And that's going to make it much easier. Rather than me teaching you like, okay, we're going to pummel the elbow here, then we're going to drop it here, we're going to push this across and all this kind of stuff, that'll just make your life a lot easier if you kind of boil it down to concepts and kind of broad strokes. You'd be amazed what good stuff you'll do. You won't know that you're doing it. Someone will go to you, oh my God, you're doing a great arm drag. You're like, am I? Oh, okay, I'm just following broad rules. So let's get into that. So all I want you to do is, I want an inside man and outside man. Inside man, you're just kind of like, I would say like shadow boxing in the movies. You're just kind of like, you know, the shadow boxing in the movies that goes on, it's like silly. You're just doing this kind of stuff. Now you're not like not trying to hit them, but you're not really going. You're just kind of throwing 3, 4, and 5 punch combinations. Person on the outside, you can either strike in, get to your couture position with a high entry, or you can counter strike in and get to your couture position. Does that make sense? Yeah. Nice, relaxed. No one's getting pushed open here. If you want, you could like what might be even easier is just I find this might work a little bit. We'll do 2 rounds this, so you can work up the second round to bring it in head strike. Get this person to say, hey, just do that. Oh, do your 4 or 5 punch combinations to my shoulder and my chest. So like even if I fuck up, I'm not getting like fucking my nose flattened, because you will have to, even if he's going light and if you fuck it up, you could flatten your nose. So just start off if you want. I'm not going to baby that much though. There's no beginners in this group. I'm not going to be dictating to you. So high entries, head position, center line, move into the couture position, please. Make sense? That's good set pairs. Lovely. Good stuff. Just trying to get to couture, hold it for like 2 or 3 seconds, and that's it. The other person is not stopping them, but don't go like a fucking limp fish inside the clinch. Yeah. Okay, go. Yeah, so you get, you're I'd say move back with each other, otherwise you want to get banged, right? Right, so you just like blah, and Ryan, you can say, hey, hitting the shoulder, or just kind of like lightly tapping the head, proactive striking, or reactive striking. Okay, inside the line to get to couture. Okay. Straight away, go. How's it gone? 2 seconds. Hey, let's go blood and guts. Nice, that's it, check. Yeah. That's it. So move back a little bit, Josh, because you went to bang into the wall, and you, Josh, you're just like, that's way.
Am I striking too, no?
Oh, well, either proactive or reactive striking, yeah. So freeze there now. Josh, you're doing everything great. Don't move. Why? He can't help moving forward from punching, because that's what punching does to your feet. You can't let that happen. If you imagine how hard you have to work in that cage, and that's a full-size 32-foot cage up in Dublin. Imagine how hard you have to work to step back a foot there, Josh. Imagine how hard you have to work, because they all like no one wants you to take them down, right? Imagine how hard you have to work there, and then all of a sudden they just start throwing straight punches, and you backed up. Hold your ground. That's what your guard is for. Keep your chin tucked. Speed. Now you're going to have to get proactive with your striking, or as soon as he starts striking like that, counter-reactive.
Okay, that's like level clinch down.
Your head goes in here.
So it's level clinch down like that.
That's what it has to be, yeah, because you're taller than them. Sometimes being smaller, getting the clinch is easier. Like if I want to get the clinch against you, like I don't have to level change, you're just there. You know, whereas if you had to level, you want to get the clinch against me, you have to quarter level change. For short people. The downside is you don't look as good as
I didn't say anything.
Oh no, it's fine, yeah, fine. Oh, here's the pigeon, but if you want to go bring your head straight on to the target.
Oh, right,
If you're not going, if you're going to his chest, that's fine, but if you find yourself in a fight, you're getting right in here, you find you're going straight to the tour position. I'm going to do your shoulders. Don't be too strong. Okay, I'm going back to more serious. I'm going back to more serious. Nice. So what? So you're stay here. What you're looking this way. Yeah. Or maybe I stopped you too soon. Keep looking this way. Try and do the top work. Elbow inside.
I don't know if you're trying to escape or anything, I think it's kind of out around here. Around there.
They're all saying
Inside far side control. You got your underhook there. On the left side, yeah. Now you can move your head back. There's nothing stopping you pushing her this way as you step that way. Push her this way. No. Push her this way as you step that way. You get your couture seat. Look how easier it is to acquire it like that. That's why we want to try and go on what that's called the near side. If I'm looking this way, this side is the far side, because you know, this is inside far side control. That's inside far side control. So this is the near side. So it's always easier to get your underhook for like the whole scenario, to get it on the inside, on the near side first. Then later on, then obviously we frame and we go to the far side. But find the near side first. Okay, time. give you a little break there. There was a 3.5 minute round, but it was the idea was to go around that time anyways. So watch it all settle in. So a lot of it's all pretty good. You're all bringing your head on the center line, and you're all getting the inside track or inside the elbow line side, but whatever way you want to describe it with your strikes. Let's talk a little bit, just briefly, about why we're doing what we're doing with our pummeling. So we know when we're in the clinch, we need to decide, like identifying stuff. Like keep your arms, or even keep a shallow underhook there is fine. Okay. We need to know that my eyes are looking at the far side, even if most of my body is on this side of Paul. Where my eyes are looking is the far side. Okay. And for what we're going to do when we're trying to get to our couture position, initially, if you can do it, sometimes it's not always possible, but if you can do it and get your underhook on the near side. So even if I'm here like this, okay, if I can get my underhook on the near side, so let's say I just bring my arm inside here like this, get my elbow inside his, once it's inside, my elbow is inside his elbow line, I'm good to go. I get, remember your clinch principle, inside far side control. Now it's going to be so much easier for me to acquire couture, which is underhook on the shoulder, head control on the same side, inside far side control, where we can really start to control the person. That's not always going to be the case, but we're trying to drill this so that we make that first hullabaloo when we make contact. That's the best time to go and get your underhook on the near side. Later on, you might have to get more against savvy opponents or people who got lucky or whatever. You're going to have to slow down and go underhooking on the far side and change your feet. But whenever we can avoid stepping across someone, especially set their center line, you know, we're trying to avoid it. So that was pretty good. So inside man, 3, 4, 5 punch combinations, nice and light. Outside person, try and strike counteractively or proactively. Head on the red line, your head's red. Arms inside the blue line, your arms are blue. Okay, and work couture on the near side. Okay, let's get ready to go. 3, 2, 1, go. Head connection. So don't reach your underhook. You're not going to be that lucky. Also, it's going to be death because everyone at this level is fighting is check hooking. So if you reach down like this, you're going to get fucking knocked out. So don't pick the pocket until you're connected. Connection means you're relatively safe from hard strikes. Okay, so you did everything great. But even if you're connected and it's gone to shit, Connor, and you're way outside the blue line, look at my right elbow, it's way outside his, like he's got a lovely underhook. That's better. And fighting from here. And if it doesn't work, we can't get inside, well then that's when we go, we can switch off and we can come on the fire. We don't want to do that. But it's better than doing this. It's better than like going, like Paul had his elbow up there and you just went like, you just, yeah. 5 out 10 times, 9 times you'll get okay. Then you'll have some of that who's a little bit of boxing and check hooking on the way in. Because you're remember you're charging, you're bringing all that energy of charging in. They don't have to be they don't have to be check hooking that hard. They don't have to have a massive fast one. They just need to connect. Okay. Lovely. Lovely. Yeah, don't worry about the spiral, right? If you can get it, that's great, but don't worry about it. I just want you underhook, and I want you to latch your underhook. So this is good, and drive your leg in here, okay? Now if you break his posture, that's great, but you don't have to all the time, or you can have your near side. You might stand the near side here and hook. So you'll always want, and when you hook, just keep your fingers tight and forget about it after that, then like grappling hook. This elbow then, Josh, is coming back, and your head's going forward. So it's like a counter force. So watch, your head's going this way, and your arm's going that way. And what that does is that traps Sean's shoulder plane in stasis, and then you're ready to go to work. Okay. Lovely. So I want you now, she's getting this down to T, I want you to be like, fucking, I don't know, something like a 1930 boxer. I want you to keep your elbows not by your side, I want you to keep your elbows in. Okay? So then no matter, like, you're going to just be able to, when you're crashing, so like, okay, 1930 boxer. It's not that hard, you're about 3 foot wide. Yeah, well, not that much, it's inside your body, like. Alright, so when you crash now here from here this time, you're going to crash and your wrist is going to be inside. My wrist, your wrist is going to be inside from here, and you're going to finish the crash. Okay, but you're not going to be able to just swim. If you swim the underhook straight away, you're going to miss. So then I want you to keep pressure. Okay, keep pressure. You're going to start swinging your elbows in and stuff like that, and start digging into the underhook, pulling them from here. Okay. So I'm just basically, you're into the final, so I'm just making it trickier on it. The likelihood of someone fighting like this is low. You probably will step into them, but let's just, yeah, without killing each other, let's make it more difficult. Yeah, so look at me, that's it, drive your, so look at me, but drive your head into him. Yeah, like that, yeah, so there's no chance of getting out.
My
Even,
head doesn't look out, it looks out.
kind of halfway out there, yeah, that's it, exactly. No, he's keeping his elbow tight. Wait, let's say go back here a second, so let's say you just crashed and it landed here like this. So you're driving in, you bring your elbow all the way in, then you bring your elbow up onto his, and then like a windscreen wiper, up it goes. That's it, exactly. Now you can step, you can inside far side control probably on the bicep. Now you can push, no way out, that's what's going to happen. You're going to push, and now your head's going to come back up onto his jaw with minimal, and it's basically minimal movement of your weight and base and footwork, which all the things that he needs to move to the
His brother.
Yeah. Lovely, and then inside fire side control, push, and then your head just rolls around. And it's okay, time. Take a small sip of water. So, what I'm going to do now is, I don't think I need to practice the 5 clinch principles. You all had a good grasp of them there. We'll reiterate them briefly. Then I'm going to leave this open as a drill round. We'll leave this open as a drill round where you're going to go into the couture from the off. Okay? We're going to couture from the off, and you're going to play your game. So my recommendation was that you separate initially striking and takedowns. Okay? That's what I suggest you separate. Now, when it comes to the overarching umbrella that follows all of those is your positioning or pressure. Pressure and positioning in this position are pretty much the same thing. So you're going to have, I suggest, we'll talk a little bit of striking here in a minute, okay? And then we'll look at our takedowns. When you get comfortable with them separated, this might necessarily happen this evening. When you get comfortable with them, like, oh, here's my striking sequences, I'm doing like short hooks and uppercuts, and these are my knees, and here's my spiral ride from the couture, and here's my knee, and here's my kick to the head. When you're comfortable with that side, and you've got like, oh, here's my back take, here's my shot put, here's my single leg, here's my body lock, here's my front pinch headlock, here's where I duck down on a swish. When you've got all that, then maybe it mightn't be tonight, but then they start to mix. So your strikes move into your takedowns, and your takedown attempts move into your strikes. Okay, you know yourselves, let's say take an instant one if you want to like smash someone in the face. Okay, if I have Ryan, great example of a lad who'll swing a shin into your face. If Ryan's here and this couture here on me, okay, and I feel Ryan might be, so I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, Ryan, and then you can see you do it and see what happens. If I feel Ryan is going to like try and drop on my hips for a double leg, I'm going to go and hit my splay. I'm going to widen, and when I widen, my head drops. My head can't drop straight up because his head is here. So when I drop, my head's going to go forward. And if Ryan has preempted that, he can be ready to have this. Don't break my nose, you little prick. Okay, his shin can come up. So if he goes to go on my hips, he fakes to go on my hips legitimately, go for my hips right. I go like this, right, and he just comes right back up with a kick. He knows what's happening. Don't drop your knee to the floor. I'd say just do a small level change. He's here, and I start to go like this. He can be ready to just make space and throw that kick into my face. Watch how my face has come down. Off you go, right. Boom. Okay, something like that to give you an idea. So I want you to go into couture. You're going to have 3.5 minutes and 3.5 minutes. I want you to move some strikes. One of the things I want all of you to do, just be really careful with your buddies, is the knees. We're going to throw the knees a little bit different. Let's do it our standing leg. A lot of the time when we're here in this position, we just brought it back and we swung it in. No problems with that. The more you want it to hurt, the more you bring your heel to your bum. That makes the kneecap protrude more, makes the angle sharper. Out. Okay, less surface area goes in. Okay, exactly. Happy days. But if we want to have real big thudding ones, okay, and if you want, you can just practice against the wall. Just be careful. See these things here that look like little screws? There's little screws behind them. Don't need them, okay? All right. What? Whoa! Okay. Don't need them. But I want you to shuffle in so it look like this. So as you're about to throw the knee, I want you to shuffle in. That's going to make the knee really powerful. Okay, we don't have the luxury in this position like we would in Thai boxing or out in the open, where we can put our head back and act like a pendulum. As our head goes back, our hips goes forward, which protrudes the knee. We don't have that luxury. Okay, we can't take our head back. Imagine if I was here in the couture and I went to do this on Ryan to like land a knee, he'd be like, fucking idiot. Okay, so I've got to keep my head forward. So the way we're going to get some momentum in our hips is we're going to like just shuffle our foot in, but it's like a bounce. So don't worry, I'm not going to knee it. It's that. But as I time it, I'm here like this. As I time it, that knee is going to come through.
Would you have to pull your rear leg back a bit less than, like, say,
Well, it's up to yourselves.
a
It's
hop
up,
step?
yeah, it's up to yourselves. It's up to yourselves. All I'm saying is the more you pull your knee to your foot to your heel, or your heel to your bum, the sharper your knee is. Okay? It's like the equivalent, like if I kept my knee down, sure, like what this cunt coming over at me. Alright? If I kept my knee down, it's like the palm of my hand hitting him. Okay, but if I bring it in like that, then all of a sudden it's like the sharp part of my knuckles. That'll hurt him a lot more than that. Okay? Anger. Anger. Yeah, just be careful with your male counterparts if you're interested. No babies for you for 6 months. And everyone's like queuing up. Alright, oh gosh, you can't put that in picture. This is just like a really this is like a really backyard vasectomy clinic. It's like, oh, come in, you want to have kids for a while. Alright, okay, grab your buddies, work in couture, 3.5 minutes, it's drilling time, okay?
In the couture.
Start in the couture, alright, and you're just telling the other person what you want to do. They can be lifeless, they can give you a bit of balance resistance, whatever.
We don't want to be going for takedowns, we want strikes.
Anthony, this is drilling time, this is free time. This person, he'll have 3.5 minutes and you'll have 3. So it's, and like, communicate with your partners, don't leave it as a big surprise. Right. Okay, let's go, ready to go. 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, that. Double mic. So like they can pick me up when I'm talking in a normal conversation and so on, for them boys are. Just be careful. I know you're all getting out about me now, you're all fucking out.
No, no, no.
Oh yeah. What should I put the video? Should I? Oh, we'll talk about it again. We'll talk about it again. Where are you? If you've been in here minding them, none of this would happen.
No, I probably wouldn't have contributed.
We need to make a bit. We need to like have a soundproof fucking bit.
Just like
little bitching cubicle. Why do you think this is here? Like, it's for like. I knew by you. You were 2 little fucking hags over there. I knew when you were like. Okay. Have you told Michelle what resistance you want? Yeah. Oh yeah. So you want a good resistance. All right. Okay. No, I'll shut up. No. Yeah. Just try. Well, if you're going like, you know, if let's say you get the couture on one side and she's beating you out of it, isn't it? Right. Well then, if she's done that twice, have the third time. Have something ready. So looks like she's beating out the couture over. Where's the couture over there? Yeah. Is that where you're starting the couture? No, I'm starting here. Okay. So Michelle, just we'll go through slowly what's happening here. So Michelle fight back what you're doing there and stuff like that. So she's turning in, she's repommeling, okay? Yeah, good. She's breaking her head position here. So there's not a lot with takedowns you can do, but what she's doing is she's made a lot of space between your hips. You love space between your hips to throw these two hands. So let's say go back a minute, you're more connected. So this isn't good for throwing into the ab posture. So let's say you're starting next there, now Michelle off you go. So as she starts to spread, and she's the right thing to do as well, that could be neat to add to or if you've got dexterity for it, you can put in no, don't, you know, just leave it to it. Just leave it to keep your knee inside your hip line, so it just comes inside and comes straight up. And just try and always when you're throwing the knee, especially this side, try and just aim for just on her right, on the right side there. Gently, that's what we're liberal. Or what's left of it after Christmas, am I right? No, Connor. No, I know you're trying to be sound and not trying to pull that stuff, but you're losing. Once you bring, my hip line is here, and once I bring my knee outside my hip line, it's only my adductors, which are shitty muscles, and the weight of my leg. So you want to keep your knee, and so you might have to time it. So like you might have to time Michelle. So my at this point, okay. So she's what have you got? You got this, and you got your head back in and stuff like that. So I have to be like when her body goes there, that's when I boom like that. Completely straight, completely. Don't try and curl it around, it's not like a soccer ball. Just wait for her to go, if you know she wants to go up to space, wait for it and let her walk into that line. So what I want you to do now is, Josh, I want you to go and like land a hard knee to the wall. Don't hit fucking poor Shawnee's leg and watch out. That's it, so you get a feel for it. So keep your head forward, yeah, keep your head forward and just from here, put your heel to your bum and fire it in. Put your heel to your bum and fire it in. There you go, yeah, don't push your heel. I'm going to give you a suggestion. Do you want to hear? Go back there. You know, do you want to see a really fast punch? You love it. It's called a hammer punch. You ever do a hammer curl in the gym? Same thing, make a fist. Bump. Just right across his face. Right across his face. Like it. Just bump like that.
If I have one down here, and I'm very.
Yeah. Or even just have his hands, just because you're ripping it back. You're bringing it up in front of his face, and then you're ripping it back here. So it should be here and boom, hitting on the other side of the face where he's not protecting. Yeah, and rip it, boom. Combination of a hammer curl and a single arm dumbbell row. Weightlifting terminology. Two boys over there. What are you doing? Time. Okay, we won't take a breather because everyone that's fairly relaxed. Swap around. Other person now gets to practice their cool stuff. Start in the couture. Tell your buddy what you're going to do maybe. Tell them what you want them to do. And practice and I'll come around to you. Some very nice dirty boxing stuff going on.
Yeah, that's what I want to work on. I was wondering if you could show me, like, is inside, far side the best kind of way to...
Off you go. Alright, that's what we're going to do. So I'll give you a go box. Get inside here. Right, and let's see that tour. So, first of all, now let's work. Let's work from this position, a hard knee from your back leg. So you're like this. So I want you now from this position to step your left leg. And I want you to fire your leg. Just get straight forward. I want you to put your heel and just bring it forward. Which knee? So no. So just step forward a little bit. Yeah, that's it. Or you can come back even when you're really out base. Let's say push back one and try and get out so you get your base. Now that's where your feet need to be. Now relax again, right? That's it. There you go. That's it. All I want you to think about is whenever you're throwing a knee pull, I don't want your knee to go outside your hip line. So let's say you want to be hitting with this knee, right? And if you kept that strong straight for a second, no, don't just. If you want to keep it straight, it's going to go out past it. So you would just, no, don't, because if you come off the side, you're going to let him out, right? So you've got the position, you drive into him. Relax your inside far side a little bit so he goes and takes his head. So watch, here's your target, right? Wait for something soft, drawing into going to go into it. Step all around and you're trying to get out past the side. Boom, there you go. That's it. Whatever you do, okay, don't be bringing your outlet distance. Don't be bringing your knee outside your hip line. When that knee lands, it's the weight of your leg, which is, in fairness, that is heavy, but it's just your abductors. When you keep your knee inside your hip line, it's a lot. Get your standing leg muscles, get your glutes, get your iliopsoas muscles. It's a lot going on there. For strikes, yeah, I would say like that hammer punch is a great one because he's like blocking. He'd be bringing his head up to his face after a while, trying to block stuff and everything like that. And he'd be hitting short ones. So this one comes out wide and whack. Yeah, just make sure that you're super tense here because it's delicate on this bone part of your bone. Boom, and pull it back so you bring it up and pump. Sorry, Ryan. Bring it up and pump like that. You get a chance to get Ryan. So this is perfect for you now, okay? So you're here, you're inside far side. But go back out there a second, go like where you were, step back behind you a little bit and put that other leg behind you. Right? What I want you to do here in this position, so you're spread out, right? I just want you to curve your knee up as much as, or your heel as much as your bum, Michelle, right? And I want you to just give a little short, sharp one. The collar should feel it, yeah, and bring it back. Just a little bit, okay? And just, I want you to concentrate more on having a sharp knee as opposed to like, because sometimes when this goes up, see how your heel comes away from your glutes. So when it comes forward, the knee's kind of flat. So if you can kind of keep it, you don't have to go back as far. If you can make it sharper, it can make it more efficient. Does that make sense? Keep your heel to your bone lower. You'll just find that yourself that when you bring it back more, the more you bring it back, the more your heel distances from your glutes, which softens the angle of impact on your knee. Okay. That's all. Yeah. Now, listen, you're probably as good an athlete with a little bit of practice. You could probably start practicing, bring it all the way up here and keeping it close, but like, just to start off. So when you get that leg drag, I want you to pick that knee up and drive so that you can see your own, no, pick it up here, and see, you want to be able to look down and see your own knee in front of his leg. So yeah, that's it. Sit it back up, because that's where he's truly trapped. If his leg stays in front of your knee, he can start to escape, he can bring his knee to his chest and get his guard back and do all those kind of things. When you pick that up, shelf it, and you can see, it doesn't have to be all of your knee now, but just enough, right, he's trapped, okay? And your hips go in, and when you're here in this position, you're striking, okay? More than likely, you can just pass the back if you want, okay? But you make him turn away from you, rather than you going behind him, because the only place he can go from a leg drag is away. So you just, what you're going to try and do is you're going to keep your hips here, you want to have a deep waist belt here, and you're just going in here. It's hard for it's hard for him to stop these, so he's going to start bringing his knees to his chest and start crawling away. And as soon as he does that, he's giving you the back. 20 seconds.
Should it not be C and D? Stay in yours. No. Take back the grant now, Kira, take back the grant. Time! Good stuff, guys.